All right, Bannock County Commissioners are back in session as the Board of Equalization, and the purpose of this hearing is to make sure that all assessments are fair and equitable and in accordance with Idaho state law. Before we begin, it's critical for you, the appellants, to understand your role in this process. Under Idaho law, you as the taxpayer have the burden of proof when seeking to change your assessment. However, that standard of proof is very reasonable and achievable. You only need to provide sufficient factual evidence to sustain your burden of proof. Sufficient factual evidence means recent sales or comparables of properties in your area, professional appraisals, evidence of property condition, documentation of factors affecting market value, and/or photographs showing property conditions. We are here to discuss facts, not opinions. This is a formal hearing, and we ask all that testify be respectful, relevant, and base their information on facts, not opinions. All individuals providing testimony today will be sworn in. Each party will be given 3 minutes to present their case. So when you come up, state your name, and then your 3 minutes will begin. The board may ask questions. We'll go from there. Our decision will be based on the facts presented and relevant factors affecting your property's market value as of the assessment date of January 1. After our decision, you will receive a letter outlining the decision, and if you so choose to appeal today's decision, you will have the opportunity to do so in district court or at the State Board of Appeals. At this time, we'd like to swear in all those that will be testifying today, so if you are going to testify, please stand, and Nancy, will you swear them in?
Do you solemnly swear that
Excuse me, do you want to say anything? Okay.
Just in case.
Do you solemnly swear that any testimony you're going to give today shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right. First on the list today will be Brandon Ratliff. Brandon, are you here?
Yeah.
I have some paperwork coming over that I forgot. Randy should be here with me.
Do you want to wait for Brandon? Oh, Brandon, can we have you wait just a second?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Gary? Gary and friend? Gary and friend?
I thought you said Jerry.
Oh, no, Gary. Okay, go ahead and state your name, and then your 3 minutes will begin.
Gary Wade Fellas at 909 East Chubbuck. I got this bill in and saying that my value has gone up like $43,000, and what I have found compatible is less than that. And it's kind of hard to find a house my size, 2,000 square feet. There's not very many of them, especially for sale. This one here is I can't even remember what year it was. I think it's 65, and they're wanting $354,500. And then there's I think a 35, and they wanted $310,000. And these are the only two that has close to the same property size and square footage. And both of these houses are freshly remodeled, and mine is still, the only thing I've done is kind of upgraded my bathroom, which the sink in that has gone out already. And my bathtub in the other bathroom's not even working right now either. There's chunks of floor that's came up, and I didn't know we needed to bring pictures, or I would have done that, so. Needs new carpet, paint. It's about like almost a 70s home. You got something?
There's just, as far as the comparables and everything like that, our house needs a lot of work. We have not been able to do the work that it needs to be done on it for quite a few years. He was out of work for quite a while with his back and hasn't we've not been able to do the work. It needs new roof. So probably the value of it, if it was for sale, would probably be not much over $300,000. And it's listed at was listed at $395,000. They did do an adjustment because they thought that we had an air conditioner, and we've never had an air conditioning unit installed. We just have a swamp cooler that we remove every winter.
Yeah, that's the other thing too, since I've started working again, I'm a truck driver, and our yard it's trash now too.
Okay. Okay. Anything else?
That's-
Okay. Questions from the assessor?
Do you have any estimates on how much that would be to make the repairs necessary?
Well, the roof, I got one a few years ago, and they wanted $20,000 for that. Because it's a 40 square with the garage, because they're both
If
attached.
that's, if we could see those estimates, we could probably do the cost to cure on those.
Do you know when the last time you guys were out and inspected this home?
Yeah, it's been about 3 years, 4 years. So it's since review year 21, so
Okay.
it has been a little while.
Okay. Okay, any further questions for them? Okay, any questions from the board?
No, listen to
Okay,
the assessor.
Assessor, floor is
So,
yours.
as the appellant states, it's hard to find comparables for houses that are similar sized to the appellant's house. We were able to find some along Chubbuck Road that were built about the same time. Their house was built in 72, and our comparables are 70 through 77, so it's just right around that time period. Same general style of house and similar square footage. And our comparables show that their house falls right into that range. There was an adjustment that was made to take out the cooler, or the swamp cooler. And so we've already done that. Because they're right in, almost exactly, they're right in there for us as far as the comparables are concerned. So we request that you uphold the adjusted value that we have on there of $386,844. 844. Also, though, if like we said, if they were able to provide us with some documentation and the time period that we have to show how much it would cost, then we can make an adjustment accordingly. So.
How much time period do we have?
Well, we have, what's our deadline, Anita?
Well, till the 9th. I mean, we can do it as late as the 9th.
All right.
The deadline's
But
Monday.
the 9th
It's
is
Monday.
it.
The
Yeah.
deadline's
The
Monday.
9th is
Okay.
it.
I mean, because we can't go past the 9th. We just,
Correct. Yeah.
I mean, so all decisions have to be made by the 9th.
So if they can just get us that estimate, we can certainly make it cost secure.
Yep.
Don't have a problem with that.
So as it sits right now, you guys have adjusted it down to 386,844.
And said all these other houses are all freshly remodeled too, so.
And
Well,
so my question is, you did a worksheet. So did you guys communicate before this?
Yeah, there was. In fact, that's where the adjustment came from, is,
And that's what I'm saying is why didn't you bring these things up? I mean, I appreciate it and the
I wasn't the one that
conversation.
came in, she did, and
And nobody told me to bring pictures or
Well,
estimates or anything
But
like
that's
that.
part of the conversation and stuff that you have, and so when it comes to us, I mean, I appreciate, if we don't have pictures, we don't accept new evidence here and stuff, and so it's one of them deals that our hands are tied, where you had the opportunity to go into the assessor's office, for the past month and communicate with them and say all these things, and so then you probably wouldn't even have come before us.
okay, Commissioner?
So, other than the roof, what other major renovation do you need to have to actually,
well,
Bring
like
it
I said, I got a piece of my tile that's popped out, some of the tiles are popping off in my foyer,
tile off of
the floor.
the floor?
Master bathroom.
Tub's got a big crack in it, so that would need to be either fixed or replaced.
I mean, a house that old, that you probably go through any one of these comparable houses and probably find the same thing interior. there's always something, a house that's been that old that you probably have. I would hope that that actually is going to, as part of a comparable, that's why it is comparable.
Correct.
You know, and, I mean, we probably haven't went and inspected these other comparables roofs either.
Correct.
They maybe have the same issue. That's my problem sometimes is, at that age of a house, that's what you get too. So, just as my input. And you're probably, I don't know what the median's about right where this number is.
It's pretty close.
In Bannock County, that's about the median of all the houses in there. So you, as far as, you're right there in the middle of where you probably ought to be, unless there is something really drastically wrong with it that would allow us to reduce that.
Seems like in the last 10 years, though, everything's just went, and the first part of, you know, your guys' value was about half of what market was, you know, and now it's neck and neck.
Well, I'm willing to accept the assessor's recommendation of 386,844 because, as I like to do, I look and see what the online world says your house is worth, and the online world says your house is worth more than what the assessed value is. So with that, I would move on parcel RCMLT 000100 that we accept the assessor's adjusted recommendation of 386,844 with the decrease coming off of the improvements. Got a motion, any discussion?
No.
So I got till the 6th to bring some evidence in, or?
No,
No.
we're gonna make a decision right now, and you can appeal it, so you still have a route to go forward, but as of today, we're gonna uphold the assessor's value. Well, all in favor, say aye.
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 We just upheld the assessor's value of that 386, so you'll receive a letter, tells you our decision today, and you still have the opportunity to go to district court or the State Board of Appeals and present some additional information to help bring it down. So that's where we're at today. Okay?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Do you have the stuff for Brandon now?
Yes.
Okay. Brandon, come on up. Thank you for your patience on waiting. Go ahead and state your name, and then your time will begin.
My name is Gary B. Ratliff, and I own some property up there that was involved in the fire. So that's why I'm here today. I was
Okay.
told I might be able to get an exemption for that reason, so
Okay?
that's why I'm here.
It's a good question, and the assessor's got some
And-
information.
So, under Idaho Code 63602X, I think I sent it, I know I sent it over to the commission, I don't know if you guys got it. But it's a casualty law, and if they've lost anything through a casualty, like a fire, and it states in here exactly how we're supposed to do it, and if it's prior to the fourth Monday in, or the second Monday, I'm sorry, in July, they can file this casualty loss through the Board of Equalization. And then if it's after that date, then of course we would just do a letter of cancellation, which basically is going to be the same estimation. And so on Brandon's, and we actually have another one down the road just like
Correct.
this, but on Brandon's, what we did was we took his total value, which is 235,635. We divided it by 365 days. The fire actually happened on June 20th, and so we came up with a per acre or per day value of 645.58. We times that by the 194 days left in the year, and we came up with a value of canceling of 125,248, or taking off the land, which left a land value of 110,392. The question's going to come in whether this wasn't, I don't think all 157 acres was affected by the fire. So we might have to do some adjustments with that, but it didn't work out. But right now, that's what it would be. And it would be just, that amount would just be for 1 year, and then next year, it would be at the
Comes
first
back
rate.
on.
Yeah.
So your recommendation was how much then for the,
For the total value left,
yeah,
110,392. So we'd be taking off 125,243. And, yeah.
So what was this land used for?
Well, I mean, it's in the stages of planning for development. So I've been doing layouts. I've actually got a preliminary plat approval on a portion that wasn't affected, but it's being looked at for the potential use of development.
So it doesn't affect grazing, it doesn't affect wild, or
No, it
planning or anything else, I
What it
mean,
affects is development, I think is what you said, right?
Well, I mean, that's where it's located. I mean, theoretically, it wasn't in the main area of development. It's up on the hills. I mean, honestly, yeah, I was just kind of told of this option and thought I'd put in to see if there was any relief.
Yeah.
I mean, I was thinking about putting it up for sale possibly too. I don't know if that'll affect the value if they see, I mean, that's cosmetic.
we adjusted some of the grounds after the Charlotte's fire
We did.
and stuff, and that's why I'm kind of asking, was this,
Yeah.
did you lose a bunch of junipers, did you lose,
Well,
you
I
know,
mean, it did.
what all did you lose and why? The
Yeah.
verification of
I mean, it did, you
what it was
know,
used for.
up in the valleys, it did hit, you know, more of the vegetation and as far as junipers and trees, you know, down where it's flat and where the development's gonna go, there's just more of a grassland, sagebrush. So, other than, you know, worrying about erosion or runoff or future effects to the ground from the fire, I mean, I honestly can't say that
well, I think the erosion is a very valid concern up there
yeah,
on that hillside where it burned.
could be.
That could be a very issue
I
this
mean, I've
winter
got plenty of ground down below where it'll just kind of run
You'll
down
catch
to.
it.
But, yeah, you just don't know if we get some big rainstorms, how that, and if that's gonna lead to me to have to do maintenance or anything to, in the event, you know, I don't know, that's about the only thing I can,
What are you thinking, Commissioner?
Well, because it's just for a 1-year deal, that I'm kind of leaning towards the assessor and the value that she has there. If it was, you know, something that we're gonna have to evaluate and stuff every year and stuff, I'd
Yeah.
have more of a heartburn about it, but I think for a one-time deal and the situation that happened, that we could make that adjustment.
Commissioner?
I agree.
Okay, you want to make that motion then?
I would. So on CPP 096804, that we make an adjustment of 110,392.
We're actually going to adjust
Okay,
and do that.
what are we going to adjust?
We're going to adjust the 125.
Yeah, so we're going to cancel 125, so the new value is 110.
Okay, we're gonna make an adjustment to the new value of 110,392 with the cancellation of 125,248.
43.
43?
43.
43.
So does that come off the land? What is that?
It's all land.
It's all
It's all
land.
land up there.
Yes, we're canceling $125,000 of land value.
Okay.
Is that clear, Nancy? Okay, we have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
thank you.
Can I ask you who your mom and dad is?
Yeah, it's Jenny and Gary. Yeah,
Okay.
we're related in a way.
Okay, say hello to your mom.
I will. Okay. Have a good day, thank you.
Thanks. All right, next is Natasha Christensen. Do not see Natasha here, so Assessor, do you have any comments?
Yeah, we would just ask that the commission uphold our 2025 value.
That's very well said.
Just right.
Okay. Due to well, any questions from the commission?
Their daughter works in the bonds and fines.
Is that a comment or?
No.
So you're, just so I'm getting on the right page. So you are, you're basically wanting to uphold 363,791?
Yes.
Okay. With that, I will go ahead and make the motion that we accept the assessor's valuation on parcel RPR 401-502-6900.
We have a motion. Any further discussion?
No.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. All right, with that, we have some time to do some administrative.
Kent Higgins was it. What happened with it?
I do not have him on the list.
He's not on the,
He got moved. I don't have my records with me, but I believe he got moved because he couldn't be here.
Okay.
Go ahead.
On the hard copy that I get, he was still there and he was in my
well,
packet.
he's not in this, and she told me that if
Yeah,
this is the most current we have.
So the hard packet didn't work today.
And then I have a Roger and Wendy Myers.
Yeah, he's on July 7th.
I think
So it's like I moved.
to July 3rd. maybe.
I mean, theoretically, that's why this is supposed to be.
Yeah, he got
That's what
moved.
she told me.
That's what she told me. That's the most updated, so,
Yeah, and I got it updated too.
okay, which I do like this.
Roger and Wendy Myers. And
That one got canceled, I
Yeah,
think.
that one was canceled yesterday.
Myers.
Okay.
Okay,
All right, so with that, we have the admin hearings. There are 4 of them. JB Fifth Avenue LLC. So we'll start with parcel, let's start with parcel ending in 9700. That would be, 9700.
I left them downstairs. They were for 3 o'clock originally.
Oh. Do you want to wait, or are you okay
No,
if we
no,
don't
that's
know?
fine. I
Okay.
can just go into here. But,
okay.
Okay, Assessor, you want to go ahead and go for it on that? Did you find that one?
Yeah, I've got it. Okay, so this one's a residential one, so this is Joshua Stokes, appraiser for Bannock County. For the parcel in question here, we have multifamily dwelling, a triplex, and a 1920 home. And so when I did the comparables to determine their equity, I looked at each one of them separately. So there are 2 different comp sheets in here. And when taking a look at the first small house, it was built in 1920. Excuse me.
Is that the one on Randolph?
Yes,
Okay.
111 Randolph. They're both on that same address.
Okay.
It was built in 1920, and you'll look
parcel
as-
number.
Oh, okay. The parcel number is RPFRV 009700. And if we're looking at the small house, the 3 comparables that I have here are both showing that we not only have the same house type, all of the year builds were within 2 years of one another. The square footage is all very similar to one another. And as you can see, the assessed value versus the sales values of the subject property in question is $121,369 versus the sales comparables that are all around $200,000 or more for homes built in 1920 or close. We feel that this house, the value of this house in particular here is well within, is equitable with with other houses of this type. For the triplex itself, it was built in 2023, so it was a new addition there, and so it was compared with other multifamily properties. I would make note they're all multifamily properties, and they're all built within what was it, the years themselves were more spread out here. We had fewer sales to work from here. So we were looking for properties that had similar square footage, similar house type in the same areas. And here you're seeing that the price per square foot for the parcel in question is $125,000 a square foot compared to 143 and 136 and 116. So it's right in the middle of comparable sales that we're seeing. Along with, if you're looking at the sales price, this current assessed value is sitting right there below all three comparable sales. So from what we could find, the values for each of these properties separately are currently assessed accurately, and we feel that we would request that the board uphold the assessed values of those two properties.
Okay, questions from the board?
No.
No.
Do I have a motion then?
I'll make a motion that parcel RPR PFR V00970, is it A and B? I see this one's got a B on it.
I was just pointing out the
Okay,
two buildings on it.
okay.
Sorry.
That both parcels at this address at 111 Randolph Avenue, that we accept the assessor's valuation.
Okay, we have a motion. Any further discussion on that?
No.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Next parcel is parcel ending in 1700.
Jason Hooker, a Bannock County commercial appraisal. This is a pretty straightforward parcel. After we took a look at everything, we didn't feel that there had been any recent improvements, at least externally, to the property. One of the appellant's concerns cited a lot of federal and regional market sources, but we really focus on local sources. And as we looked through there, we could not find any opportunities for adjustment, and we would ask that the assessed value be upheld.
Any questions from the board?
No. I'd make a motion that we uphold the assessor's value on the parcel ending in, what was it,
1700.
1700?
Okay, any further discussion on the motion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, parcel ending in 7900. Assessor?
Thank you. So in looking at this parcel, very similar situation. We took a look at everything on the property. The appellant did not mention there's actually two very distinct improvements on the subject property. There is a one-bedroom studio towards the back of the lot, and there's a commercial building with frontage on Fifth Avenue. The packet almost looked like they were just appealing the home. But it does have two different buildings, both the commercial and residential. When we looked at the total value and the way that we had looked at it, we definitely could not find any room for adjustment on there, and we would ask that that value be upheld.
Okay, any questions from the board?
No.
I'd move on parcel RPPOC 167900 that we uphold the assessed value. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, last one is parcel 68000, ending in 68000.
This is another commercial property right next door to the last one that we just spoke about. In the appellant's packet, they were using a lot of different market growth percentages, but those are actually all part of the Federal Housing Finance Agency, and this is just a commercial property. It's a small office space, and as we reviewed that one, we again did not find any opportunities for adjustment and ask that the value be upheld.
Okay, any questions from the board?
Make a motion that parcel number RPR PPOC 168000, that we accept the assessor's assessed value.
Okay, we have a motion. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, motion passes. And that will stand us at recess.